I'm Johnny Walker, and this is Integrity Talks. In today's Integrity Talk, I want to talk about expectations, because expectations get my clients in trouble all the time, especially when the expectations aren't met. Now, there's two tests that you can put your expectations through to make sure that they will come to fruition. The first one is it reasonable? Now, reasonableness is an easy test. Most of us can convince ourselves that, of course, anyone in my position, anyone in my socioeconomic status or culture would expect what I'm expecting. But 99.9% of the time, our expectation will pass the reasonableness test. But then we have to move on to realistic. And where reasonableness is based on your opinion, realistic is based on the facts around you. For example, if I'm expecting someone to act a certain way, to respond to me a certain way, I have to say, is this realistic based on the last 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, a year? What has been the consistency of their actions? And if what I'm expecting is different than the consistency of their behavior, then I have an unrealistic expectation. You see, the problem is most people confuse realistic with reasonableness. We actually convince ourselves, well, if it's reasonable, then it's realistic. And that's just not true. So your expectations have to pass both tests. Sure, I'm pretty sure you can get it to pass reasonableness, but if it doesn't, you need to do one of two things. You either need to adjust it so that it does pass the reasonableness test, or you just need to drop it altogether. If it does pass reasonable, is it realistic? If it doesn't pass realistic, then you need to do one of two things. Either adjust that expectation until it does pass realistic, or drop it altogether. Because if you don't, you will be creating your own chaos. Because unmet expectations become demands. And when you start demanding things from people that don't have a history of doing those things, it is going to create a lot of chaos in those relationships. So as you go about your day and you find yourself frustrated with someone, ask yourself, what is it I'm expecting? And then put that expectation through the two tests. Is this even reasonable to expect? Would people in my situation expect this? And if the answer is yes, is it realistic based on the history of this person's behavior? And if it's not realistic, either adjust the expectation or drop it altogether. Otherwise, you're going to be creating a lot of chaos in this relationship with that person. You're going to be demanding things they have no intention to do. I'm Johnny Walker, and this is Integrity Talks.